Kei pō tai ao te tihei Māori ora. Ki te mihi atu kia koutou katoa kia ore rau atu. Te whiringa tō whakataitai Aotearoa, Māori and Auckland, Wahine Rugby League. It's a great pleasure to be with you on what is a milestone day as we witness the return of the proud white V on blue. Auckland Rugby League is fielding teams once again, and we're pleased to be able to bring you a double header here from Trust Stadium in Auckland's west. A bit of an overcast day, but it's a special day because it's been many a year since the proud Auckland strip has been on show. And it's part of a revitalisation effort by Auckland Rugby League. And as such an important occasion warrants, there is a mihi whakatau which we will take as well. Joining me is Honey Hirimi Smiler for our commentary today. A very special day, Honey, and great to be working beside you. Te tuine, tēnā koe.
Tēnā koe, Dale. Kia ora e te iwi. Look, really looking forward to the game out here today. As Dale mentioned, the revitalisation of Auckland Rugby League, donning their blue and white strip, and obviously the Aotearoa Māori Wahine coming out here, all selected from the Tuakana tournament played a few weeks ago. Looking forward to seeing our Wahine be welcomed on.
And because it's such a special occasion, there'll be a mihi whakatau for both teams before they take to the field. We'll get a chance then to introduce the players to them, but suffice to say there's great pride on show here, and we'll go across to Hune, who's conducting our mihi whakatau.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Putatara also heralds the bringing in of our ancestral spirits, and so many of the players here have these beliefs in our kōrero and acknowledgements of those who have passed on. The Auckland women have a fine lineup here, and that'll be coached by David Whaonuku, who we'll hear from in a minute, and Mike Monday. And Honey, stacked full of talent. It's going to be a pretty hard battle here for Te Tima Māori, but wonderful to see these wahine out on show here in such an auspicious occasion.
Yeah, really important as well to bring that young talent coming through, as well as the likes of Melehu Whanga, Anessa Biddle, fresh out of the Kiwi Ferns mix, and the NRLW. So looking forward to seeing how these two teams gel.
Well, we may not be able to come in for our interviews that Honey recorded earlier because we're about to get underway. We'll go to the Coach IV. Well, we will. Here's David Whaonuku from the Auckland Wahine.
David, how's the team been gelling with such short preparation?
Yeah, we've been preparing for over the last 2 weeks. Some new fresh faces, some young girls coming through our pathway system. But yeah, the girls have come together really, really well. A lot of our experienced girls have taken the lead there and taken some of those young girls under their wing. And yeah, looking forward to see how they gel out there on the field today.
You mentioned some of those young girls. Tell us who's ones to watch out for.
Young Paya and Giselle, especially, they played 18s in the youth tournament just recently. So looking forward to see how they go coming off the bench and taking on grown women for the first time. So it should really be interesting how their games translate to the bigger stage.
And you pulled in a couple of big guns, Amelia and Anessa Biddle. What have you asked of them today?
Just to be them. There's only one Nessa and one Mele, so I don't want them to go outside of their realm of expertise, I suppose. Just stick to what they know best, and hopefully the girls follow them off the back of that.
All the best out there today.
Thank you.
Well, the Aotearoa Wahine squad too is also stacked full of talent, and a number have come back from Australia. And the pride they feel in their taho Māori to represent here on the stage against Tamaki Makaurau or Auckland Rugby League. Let's hear from the connections for Te Tima Māori. It's Kath Wharton.
Kath, big game out there today. How have you gelled your young girls as well as your experienced girls?
Yeah, I think the selection of the team was making sure that we had that experience which will naturally connect us deeply and quickly, and what's brought us together is whakapapa.
What style of play do we expect to see from the Aotearoa Māori Wahine today?
Yeah, the game plan revolves around a lot of support play. You'll see a lot of movement in the ball. The approach is to move them, to make them think, and to always put pressure on their decision making, especially on D.
And an all coaching Wahine team. How has that been for the team?
Oh, it's beautiful. We've got an outstanding calibre amongst our coaching crew. We're all pretty similar in nature. We're all cool, calm, kind of collected people, and we've come together and just humming. Yeah, we're raring to go.
Go well out there today.
Thank you. Thank you, Hans.
Pailo atu reka te haka, and led beautifully there by Harata Butler. That doesn't stir up the ihi and the wehi. Honey hit him a smile. I don't know what would. No response from Tamaki Makaurau or Auckland, but that's understandable too. But isn't it wonderful to see that blue strip? The Māori squad will at times from the tournaments, they are our paper teams, but in the future looking to get opportunities for them to convene as they have this time around and on this very special Saturday in November to be part of this reconnection with the proud history of the white and blue strip of Auckland. And before we go into our match today, our thoughts and aloha are certainly with the Marist Saints following the tragic fire at their club this week, and the outpouring of support from former players and supporters and other clubs has been really remarkable and a testament to what our game and our community is about. We're thinking of you, Saints. We are thinking of you today. But it's great to be here for a double header at Trust's Arena, and some proud wahine about to go head to head and use all their skills, their agility, their nous to try and get across the other team. It will be cat and mouse, but there'll be some torrid efforts going up through the middle of the field as well at Te Tuahine.
Oh, plenty of nerves out there. Lots of these Wahine out here putting on the Māori jersey as well as the Auckland jersey for the first time. So a lot of responsibility on the leaders out there to really ensure that they get the ball into some of these young players' hands early just so they can grind out these initial minutes. See one of those leaders there, Melehu Whanga, about to take that kick-off. She's going to be one to watch and one to stop, hopefully, for that Māori side throughout this match.
Well, they would have seen some footage of Melly. She's had a sensational year in 2023, and she really is a powerhouse runner. And Melly will be playing at centre. Very difficult to stop. Big, mobile, and deceptively fast, Melehu Whanga. So certainly, as Honey has mentioned, one to watch. We're very pleased to have you with us on Sky Sport here this afternoon. Rugby League into November, nothing better. Bit of drizzle around, but a lot of character and a lot of effort on show here today as the Tima Māori take the first hit up. And, well, she led the haka with some style, and certainly her first carry of the football reflected that as well.
Well, she comes off into this game, fresh off the Tuakana tournament as well as fresh out of the NRLW. She's such a leader in the game, and that's what she does best, is get those yards going forward for her team.
Well, there's a couple of Crystals in here today. That's Stowers with the ball. She'll play it back to Crystal Rota, who's just recently retired from International Rugby League, but in her late 30s as well, prepared to come and to help mentor some of the younger players who are proudly wearing the Māori colours for the very first time, as we see Te Tima Māori work it down the right edge. Another powerful carry, this time from Aroha Savage, but driven across the touchline on the far side. So Auckland's very effective on their defensive work, combining with a triple tackle to drive her across the western touchline.
Oh, it's smart play, isn't it? You know, that they want to get that close to the sideline. There's Aroha Savage, big strong ball carrier, but unfortunately, or fortunately, should I say, for Auckland, they see that sideline, they use it well to their ability. And hand over position, there goes Angelina now playing the ball. First hit out for Auckland.
Well, there's some fantastic defensive effort, solid as too, across the top. And Silla Marie Poe has also done some fine work too. She's in strip number 25 for the Blue. So obviously a lot of nerves. The Māori team have been in camp, likewise Auckland. You'll be familiar with the zonal play that has seen Falcons and Tuakana and Counties Manukau. This is the first time in a long time that wider Auckland is represented, and the catchment that used to exist when the area developed such a proud reputation in the men's game with wins over Great Britain and Australia in yesteryear will stay with the action here as Auckland try to work their magic. This is Sam Curtis. She's driven towards the touchline but manages to stay in the field of play. Delivered up by Henry in the dummy half position. This is Anessa Biddle with the carry. Daniel Caddy will call them back. And just touching on that huge reputation that Auckland developed over the years, they've hosted many Australian teams, and the hope is that in the future we'll see some touring Auckland squads once again, just reconnecting with that proud history that has been somewhat shelved during the period of our new arrangements as far as the various entities rugby league are concerned. So it's good to see them back, and we're just a couple of minutes into this one, and the 35-minute halves too, I might add, for our Wahine. But the rise in the quality of women's rugby league is undeniable, and it really is a growth area of the game, Honey, and it's really great to see.
Yeah, 100%. Just those opening exchanges between the two teams. Auckland not making a whole lot of yardage and not also getting to the kick, so it's an early ball turnover for the Māoris, and they're going to utilise this territory. They're up into their own 10 now through Sharky Stowers, or Crystal Stowers, better known as Sharky. They're willing to use the width there. They'll be looking to play their real freestyle.
Well, that was an interesting move to rubber along there. That was from Makai Ali, but it was picked up at the back. Long-time women's coach there in the background, Sean, as we see Auckland with the ball. They won't want to do too much here. We had a luncheon yesterday celebrating the return of the jersey for Auckland. It was really lovely. Honey, Adam spoke, Tawara Nico likewise, reflecting on their involvement with the jersey, but also nice opportunities. We see the coaching staff here for the Auckland squad. And really lovely to see a number of players who've come back from Australia playing for Te Tima Māori, including the number 2, Tiana Lee Thorne, who has an Aboriginal Māori whakapapu. Her parents are here too. She plays in the Corey Cup, the Corey Challenge, the annual gathering of Aboriginal Rugby League. And a number of the players in from New South Wales in this Māori squad is once again we see Sila Marie Pue with a good carry. Nothing like a big, mobile, hard-running forward going straight. Avery Rose Carmont has had a wonderful season this year. And many will remember her papa, George. He's returned to New Zealand after stints offshore, but she is developing a reputation of her own as well. The young hooker here for Auckland. Let's have another look at that tackle. Big effort from Crystal Stowers, who came in to affect that defensive play.
Yeah, Māori doing really well at adding numbers in their tackles. John Sautotari joining Crystal Stowers there and forcing that error on Angelina Hunt, vice-captain of Auckland. So once again, they struggle to get out of their half, haven't been able to get to their kick as yet, and now opportunity for the Māori to get back down into their own half, play some running footy.
It's a slick surface too, and it has been drizzling through most of the evening, so that does play a part here, but they pride themselves on their individual skill sets. As we see another good carry here as the Māori squad set themselves up and directing traffic as you'd expect. Crystal Rota holding up the ball as Ambry Murphy. Haua, good young player. Plays in Australia as well, as a number of these do. There's some squads that came back from Ozo. Tough to beat too in the Tuakana tournament held about a month ago in Rotorua. But so proud of their whakapapa that they made their way home as Māori start to threaten with another solid carry from Tautari. Manages to get the ball away. This is a lovely little play towards the line as Claudia Fina, 17 years of age. What a story as she is in top company. Here's the balloon pass, but Sam Curtis manages to climb high and reel it in for Auckland. Good play from the winger.
Oh, good positioning from Sam Curtis there to get in that passing lane. The big ball over the top, and they were under all sorts of pressure. Māori really chipping away down into their green zone, trying to get some points on the board. They're willing to shift the ball. They had some big hard runs through the middle, and Harata Butler and Aroha Savage. Now, once again, Auckland, they've got to work their way out and try and get down, gain some territory.
But good standard of play, as you would expect in these representative squads. But these Wahine certainly students of the game. I'd like everyone exposed to the very best with ongoing coverage on Sky here of NRL, NRLW. It's provided such an impetus, such a boost for players wanting to play the 13-player code. And a beautiful chase as well that time around for Meli Hufanga, really putting pressure. And that's the best way. A kick is of very little use unless there's some good follow-up and good communication, and Meli provided that.
Oh, it's a good chase down that far wing, isn't it, from Mele?
She's got such. She really does impose herself on games, and that 12-6 victory, which still sticks in the mind recently against Australia, was just a gutsy performance, and she was very instrumental, Meli Hufanga. And likewise with her efforts in the black and white against Tonga here at Eden Park just a few weeks ago. Auckland with the ball. Carmont looking for runners. Nice carry once again here. Mia Holo has the football. Auckland setting the stage. Drop off down on the underneath as well for the hard charging 19 Anessa Biddle. Great story for Anessa. This is danger time for Māori. And slipping the ball out the back. Sam Curtis is still there. Curtis angling to the line. Curtis and gets there. What a great try. Superb combination. Had it all, really. The flick pass. Just trying to maintain momentum. And Sam Curtis had some work to do close to the line, but was able to achieve her goal and goes into score first.
Well, look at the offload there also from Molly Tangaloa. Doesn't quite go to hand, but Sam Curtis snipes on it there, cleans it up, and finds some space on the outside. Initially off Diamond Henry. Step back on the inside. 1, 2, 3. She finds that try line. Good work from Sam Curtis.
Well, like you, she's had experience in both codes. too, but an interesting story about attending rugby games. She's from Te Tauihu at the top of the south, and it's just wonderful to see her out and enjoying her rugby league. And a little bit like you too, enjoying her broadcasting mahi on Sky Sports. She's quite the talent, Sam.
That's a really good set, really, from Auckland. First time getting down into their half, and they were able to put some points on the board. They haven't had a whole lot of possession. But once they got that territory sorted, they opened the scoring there. Really like the early looks of Moana Cook too, really taking control in the halves there for Auckland. Speeding up the ruck. Good yardage play from Poye. And Biddle coming through the middle.
Mele Hufanga has a lovely backstory as well. Very can get emotional at times too when she's asked about some of her reasons for playing sport, some of the challenges that she's had personally, but her willingness to share, can be inspiring to others too. But on the field, she just really lets her efforts do the talking. And this young lady too is quite an exceptional sportswoman, and a lovely start here for Auckland. There it is. Look at the V. Haven't seen it for a long time, but you're going to see more of it going forward, and really pleased to be able to bring you this double header from out in the west side. Kath Wharton. And of course Sean Clark has been a long time involvement. His long-time partner has been certainly a big feature in women's rugby league across the decades. Auckland once again with the football. This is the way to carry it. What a good return once again from the prop forward. Poye. Carmont. Well, everyone's lining up to have a go here. It's the big number 8, Hunt. Angelina will play the ball. Good momentum building here for Tamaki Makaurau, Auckland. TJ Noble-Bell. Tanika Jazz. She's had a fabulous season. Trying to split them open too. Beautiful eyes up footy, and that carry from Carmont. It would be offside as she returned for the football, and the team of Māori pretty happy about that. They'll get some possession. Haven't had the ball for quite some time here as we get another look. Here's a lost ball.
You're right there, Claudia Finau, just making herself a nuisance in and around that ruck. Tangaloa took her eyes off the market defender coming through. So once again, the Māori rewarded with possession there. Finau's been fairly busy these opening minutes, getting herself heavily involved defensively alongside Crystal Stowers.
The skipper for Auckland, Molly Tangaloa, comes with great credentials and respect within the game. Really well spoken about her whānau involvement, including her papa, who played for Auckland too, out of the Tātatu Roosters back in the day. But she's a great communicator and a very popular figurehead as the skipper here for this proud Auckland squad. Good carry as Māori makes some play here and start eating up the metres. Crystal Roto, eyes up, just looking for a steady carry this time around. She gets it from JJ Taylor. Good run. Pretty solid D, but Auckland now on their line as Māori asks some questions through Butler. Bangs off one. Harata, she's over the line, but can she get the ball down? Well, the answer there is no, as the Aucklanders muscle up too, and they had to, because Harata is very, very difficult to stop. And look at the angled run here. Shunts into one. Thought she had it there, but just as she goes to put the ball down, obviously loses control. Auckland with possession.
You can see the Māori forwards really coming together, trying to get some good yards through the middle. And Savage, Butler, as well as JJ Taylor doing a lot of work, but now they'll be asked to defend as Auckland make their way down the field.
Takaroa is still keeping herself busy here. Fulimoeatu with the carry. Curtis once again. Reeled in solidly. And the defensive work there of Finau. Beautiful tackle technique as Auckland try to work the left edge. Finau comes once again, doubling up in her defensive efforts. Plenty solid in her attitude, the youngster. So Māori forced to go 3-4 into the tackle. Carmont keeping it alive. I love the way that they're keeping the ball alive, Auckland, and keeping the Māori defenders guessing. What about the fend? How good was that? Over the top, here's Curtis once again. Curtis keeps it alive. Oh, brilliant football from Auckland. 5 metres out from the try line and still running hot. They're running hot, all right. Have a look at this. Over the line goes the skipper, but couldn't quite get the ball down. What a deadly piece of play we've just witnessed from Auckland. Scintillating as these players unite with clever footwork, some super power running, and the way that they're reading and communicating with each other is just top class at the moment. Auckland on fire.
Oh, how about the athleticism there from Anessa Biddle, really showing her experience. Massive fend she puts on Nadia Flavel, sends her flying, and once again they get a shot here. Anessa Biddle, ball in hand again.
How good's she been, Biddle? She's driven down though. Māori will have to be right on their game to keep Auckland out. They come a-calling this time. They're only 5 metres out from the try line. Will they be able to go in for try number 2? Stay with us. Stay tuned. Don't change the channel. Here they come. Pulled down with some solid D. Just a metre out from the try line. It's Carmont. It's short side. It's back on the inside. Across field with the carry. Here's Benji Tova. Tova's towards the line and she is repelled at the last minute with some gutsy D by the skipper. Māori under pressure. That ball's gone backwards. Play on, says Caddy, the referee. Over the top. Curtis again. Stepping on the inside. And she is curtailed in the defensive work of Nelson. But they're still running hot, the blue and whites. Really fancying their chances. Not the greatest kick, but the bounce could be favourable. In the end, it goes dead. And a great passage of play for Auckland eventually comes up empty-handed.
Well, the Māoris get let off the hook there, don't they? The ball just coming off the side of Moana Cook's foot. Quite not going to plan because she had plenty of numbers out on that left edge, which I think is where she was aiming for. Melehu Whanga, Philly Moiata out there, hanging out for some points, but it's Lisa Rua now, very experienced fullback for the Māori. She'll bring it back for them.
I think the Wahine dodged the bullet that time around, honey. They were all over them, but hey, that's how games are won and games are lost. It's those pressure cooker moments and how you respond. Unfortunately, a little bit of an advantage, but it looks as though Auckland will again get the scrum feed here, or at least possession, and a great field position for them. Let's have another look.
It's Tiana Lee Thorne there. She's hitting a massive hit there from Mia Holo. And just on the ground there, you see just a slight knock on. She'll be disappointed she hasn't had much ball in hand. She's a real weapon out on that front. She's got speed to burn, but hasn't been given a whole lot of space to use right now. They pack down for the scrum. Got plenty of space out wide. See what they do here.
Well, it's like a middleweight up against the cruiserweight. And let's have a look where Dan Caddy's been refereeing a long time in the Auckland competition. Remember, from Hibiscus Coast all the way down through Tuakana, I know not all teams have women's squads, but that's the catchment now for this Auckland squad.
Well, it's harder to Butler there. She breaks off the scrum through the front row, falls down on that ball, and then they regain possession. And the Papakura supporters in the stands there.
Imagine. That was one of your first clubs, wasn't it, honey?
It was.
Papakura Rugby League. Proud as Sea Eagles of the South Side. Waimoku's having a run for them too in the year ahead. So big ups to all of our clubs. As mentioned at the start too, you know, you can't be a lover of rugby league and not feel for the Marist Saints after the tragedy of losing their club rooms, their taonga, their photographs, but not the memories. The memories remain etched in the minds of those who've supported, played for, had admiration for that club over many, many decades. But I thought certainly with them back into the action though, as the Māori get themselves set here, 25 out from the line. This Wahine tour has had a superb day so far, and she crawls her way towards the line. Harata Butler, what a player. Here they come with numbers. Now the pass was speculative. In the end, it does come back, and still with a chance. There's the rainbow ball once again, but this time it drifts forward and didn't quite work out for Michaela Ali. But still, as we anticipated, honey, this is tight and tough. It was never going to be a blowout scoreline because of the pride both of these squads feel in the jerseys that they're sporting today.
Yeah, well, Harata Butler falls short just inches from the line there, but then just a little unorganised timing, slightly off for the Māori as they try and work their way into this game. Michaela Ali, sorry. Ball once again not going to hand. See, Mele Hufanga.
Well, a player like Mele will wait her turn, but when it is needed, then she will inject herself, and it is needed at the moment because they're under pressure here at Auckland as the Māori Wahine are just driving into their tackle. The defensive work is first class as we see Kath Wharton, wonderful contributor to the code, now based up in Kerikeri. A number of these players are. JJ Taylor is with the Roosters development squad, but living in Akipara. And I'm told that a number of actually heading to Australia, one of them being 17-year-old Claudia Fino, who's been outstanding, hasn't she, in jersey number 11 for Māori. But Auckland on the surge once again. They're not taking a backward step as Mia Holo drives them forward. Hope you're enjoying the action here on Sky Sport and Auckland Rugby League's YouTube channel. An ominous side as Hufanga gets Thorne on the far side. She did well to stay in the field of play. For a moment there I thought she'd be dragged across the touchline. A little slow to retreat, some of the Māori players, but that's understandable too. They've been running hot. Lisa Edwards-Rua to play the ball. Referee Caddy asks that she backs up a couple of metres. It has been a high-class encounter thus far. Exactly what we would have expected. Just the one try 10 minutes into the game. Sam Curtis out wide. Since then, it really has been an arm wrestle through the middle as we see some powerful running here. Once again, keeping it alive as well, Māori. A little bit of a hole shot opens. Darting forward now and well set. The 25 out from the line. Halter decides we've got chances down the right edge. Goes backwards. Aroha Savage with the football. Of course, in 2008, World Cup winner Aroha, plenty of experience, left foot and across field, trying to pick up Māori players, and it's ended up in the arms of Auckland, although the referee might pull it back for a knock-on. Let's have another look at the kick. Left foot, and perhaps well in front also could be a criticism there of the chase. Well, in the lead-up, Kath Wharton said expect to see some open, running, hard-fought, metre-gaining football, even though the conditions are challenging. It's far from bucketing down, but certainly the wet track has created some issues here. 12 and a half minutes to play here in the first half. You're witnessing the return of the proud Auckland jersey after many years of zonal play. Now a chance to shine once again. Who knows what opportunities might come. Big ups to Shane Price and Rebecca, of course the CEO at Auckland Rugby League, for their decision to bring back the proud jersey. And also want to acknowledge Dynasty Sport, No Ugly, Te Whatuora and the Trust Community Foundation have all come together to help stage these two games this afternoon. Auckland with the football. Good solid D across on Barbara Ova'a. Short side. Fanga. We've been waiting for you, Mele. Here she comes. Mele Hufanga can't afford to make a meal of it. She comes and picks up the ball. It's still alive. Auckland, here we go, running hot. That one's lost. Scooped up by Māori. And it was a knock-on for a moment there. I thought perhaps the referee might have let Murphy Hoa go, but let's have another look at Mele's carry. An ominous side in test matches. She puts it forward, was able to retrieve the football here too, interestingly. It pops up into her hands. Keeping it alive. Love that. Just head down. And it was the tackle from behind that was effective in the end to defend their line. And that was by Crystal Rota, one of the senior figures, in fact, the skipper for the Māori squad. Well, it's hard to take a breather there, sister.
Yeah, well, we're only seeing snippets of the threat that Mele Hufanga offers this Auckland side, and just the acceleration down that blind side there. She didn't have a lot of space to work with. Lisa Edwards-Lua done well to tidy up, and probably, unfortunately, was taken off the ball from Fili Moiata. But once again, Auckland, they get possession, and prime opportunity here. Last time they're down here, they were able to get some points, but they'll be sniffing some out now.
Harita Butler from Tainui has just been absolutely on fire here today, but they've got to looky, because here they come. The threat's real as Moana Cook gets them close to the line. Auckland issuing challenges. This one deserves a try if she can get over the line. She tries herself. That's Anessa Biddle. She has been deadly today. That one's off the legs. Play on, says referee Caddy. Popping the pass back. It's still alive for Henry. Oh, we're Tokini here. What a run. Mia Holo right in front of the posts. Auckland hell bent on getting try number 2. That was a surging carry as well, and held back in the end once again from Butler, whose defensive work is mirroring her attack, but too smart from close range. And it's Paia Wilo who really puts the nail in for Auckland. Great play, and Paia benefited from the lead-up work, which was sustained. The focus towards the try line was impressive, and in the end, a dart from dummy half sealed the fate from close range as we get another look at it.
Well, what they're doing really well is just using the width, aren't they? They're going from side to side. They've got plenty of threats, and Anessa Biddle out on the right fringe, and they head back to the middle through the skill of Mia Holo. And then it's Uelo who goes straight through the middle, and that one will hurt the Māoris. You never want to give up tries through the middle of the post. So once again, Auckland really dominating the moment they get down into their 22. They're finding points. They're finding gaps in the Māori defence.
It's been some tough and consistent defence, but Paia Wheeler, she hasn't been on for very long, out of the under-18 Howard and Vulcan's squad, so plenty to contribute to New Zealand Wahine Rugby League. As, this one should be more straightforward here for Malia, Benji Dova. And, that one's straight through. Lovely images too of the Trust Arena, used for many sporting disciplines. Yesterday when we were part of the luncheon acknowledging the return of the jersey, just in the building up on the hill, looked down and saw this venue being used for primary and intermediate school athletics. So one of the best things about it is we can another look at Wheeler's carry to the pleasure of the coaching staff. We are reminded that if you invest in the quality of the turf initially, can be used extensively. And we've had the All Blacks played here, the Warriors have trained here, so I'm sure they've played even the Black Ferns have had runs on here, and it's all to do with the quality of the base of the field, which is good. I'd like to thank you to all of our whananga watching in today. You'll be proud of your wahine hailing from all parts of the motu, from Ngāti Kahu, Kath Wharton, Ikutu, the likes of Ngāti Flavel, Ngāti Rangi Wewihi and Michaela Ali from Tuwharetoa. All the iwi of the motu are represented in this proud Māori jersey today. But this Auckland team is proving to be a hard nut to crack, and there is some fabulous talent on show here. Gee, if we do feel like, and I know there are plans to field the Warriors NRLW team, it will be a powerhouse squad, honey.
All of the talent that we're seeing out here today in the pitch, and the conditions aren't favourable, but they're making the most of it. Especially some of that young talent coming through. Barbara Ova'a, she's been heavily involved since coming on. Paia Wilo, scored that try. Big hit coming in here from John South. Tautari, it's kind of slips under it really. Actually, it's Fino penalised for that, but Tova, she's tough, she's up. out of Howard. Should take the kick and gain some more metres for Auckland.
Yes, she will, and I think there's nothing untoward in that tackle. It seemed a bit of a slip as well. But that's in fine touch. Well, it's a fundamental error, and that could be costly here as Māori start to fancy their chances in the last 5 minutes or so. It'll be up to them to get some metres here to enable them to mount an attack. Kosturota talking to her troops, getting them set. Out it comes to Shante Temara with the football, and we're just talking them up. And of course, that slippery ball is problematic. Looking on the bench of those who will look forward to getting their chance as well.
The Māori's really just struggling to gain any kind of momentum through the middle. We've got the players there, take the ball forward, get through the yardage sets, but just the ball handling, a little bit of disorganisation as well. Lots of work coming in from Captain Kosturota to really control the ruck and the tempo. As you can see, the rain's starting to come down pretty hard now, so players are probably likely to keep it in tight.
Well, yeah, I guess that would be your gut instinct, but, you know, there's a lot of skill and enterprising play, guile within some of these players to just be wanting to chance their hand whenever they can get a chance, whether it's wet, dry or otherwise. I've been super impressed by Biddle's efforts through the first 30-odd minutes. Shante Temara in on the defensive play, just holding up slightly. Now the ball's gone down from Tangaloa, and once again Māori get a chance with possession. There's the halfway line, so what a good post-contact carry here. That is absolutely superb. I think in the better part of 20 metres.
I think it's Fino again. She's been into everything, hasn't she? And just a good read defensively from Aroha Savage. Those two working really well out on that right fringe defensively to force that error. Fino snopes in, picks it up, and like you say, makes some good metres up the front there. Savage again with the ball. Beautiful
run once again from Aroha Savage. Plenty of experience. Māori will want to score before the half-time break if at all possible. Temara here from Tarua and Ngai Tuhoi with the football. 10 metres out from the try line. Can they get the job done here close to the line? Auckland are in a representative squad because they played so well in zonal football. Here's the opening. Here is the opening and the finish. It's Talenza Nelson credited with the try. That was really down to the superb effort by Claudia Fino. Post-contact need is extraordinaire with a wonderful carry. And that really set the stage for the Tima Māori to capitalise on and profit from. And a try scored exactly when it was needed, just a few minutes out from half-time.
Oh, well, they've been under all sorts of pressure. But look what they do here with the ball in hand. They really stayed patient with this build-up, using the space and the width. And look at the ball movement here from Lisa Rua. Unselfishly hands that ball off to Talenza Nelson. Probably could have scored it herself, the experienced Lisa Edwards Rua. But the Māori, they'll be happy to get on the board right before half-time.
Lovely work there. Plays for the Richmond squad and also has had Australian experience. But hailing from Ngāti Whātua Talenza, lovely finish. As we look on to the coaching staff, they'll be pleased. We mentioned it was a high-quality game. It continues to be so. 10-6 is your scoreline too. Not far away from the half-time break. Great to have you with us. The Tāne squads are lining up too. That'll be a hell of a game. Due for kick-off at 3:30 this afternoon, so I hope you can join us again on Sky Sport for that one. Let's have another look. Good work from Edwards Rua, and able to finish off as well Nelson. Not just what the doctor ordered, just what Kath Morton would have wanted. And there's a lot to like about the attitude on show here this afternoon. If you've just joined us, Tima Māori and of course Auckland going head to head, and a return of clashes of yesteryear. In fact, this year marks the 30th anniversary for the Aotearoa New Zealand Māori Tuakana tournament. They've grown from 4 teams back in 1993 to 37 squads this year, and it really is growing in popularity. And so is Pacifica sporting events too. Mirrored here, as you can see, the rain is problematic. but really pleased to have you with us from Waipareira, West Auckland, live on Sky Sport here this afternoon. Rota need to play smart here. We've got the signal. It's just a minute to play, so I expect a fairly conventional, I'd suspect, set, not overly ambitious. As Temara gets the ball from Butler, drives it forward. Great pride here, coming together in camp for the Māori squad, likewise for Auckland. Another good carry, every metre vital for the cause. Rota, skip ball, okay. Caddy says it's still okay. In fact, it has resulted in a kick downfield. I think that will probably be enough before the scrum is set to wrap up the first half. What an entertaining first half of rugby league, though. Only hit him his smilers with us.
Sure has been, and just players out here throwing everything at each other. So we wrap for half time. There's been plenty of action happening.
And some fine tries scored too. Sam Curtis with a clever little play. We'll have a look at them during the half-time break also. But it's great to have you with us from West Auckland live with this double header. Aotearoa, New Zealand, Māori, and the Auckland squad reintroducing to us the Auckland jersey, so full of history, so full of pride. Great to have you with us, and you're watching the first of our double header at 10:06. And as always, on the home of rugby league, this is Sky Sport.
A massive shout out to the ARL aunties. They have been promoting alcohol-free, positive sideline behaviour, making sure that everybody is encouraging everybody to enjoy rugby league.
Turns out nicely to John Ackland. Ackland drops left, drops right, he's there. And Ackland has won it from out.
Straight run from Ethan Ackland. He just slices through the middle.
Oh, but he's still got the ball there. Ackland, he's going to go all the way through here.
Hi, my name is Aidan Ackland from the Mount Albert Lions. I'll be playing for Auckland against the Aotearoa New Zealand Māoris on November 18th. Playing for Auckland is, pretty special. Being the third generation of Ackland, to be able to do it is something that I never thought I'd really be able to do, especially considering that the team hasn't been around in a few years. So when the opportunity came around, I was really happy and excited, and I think when the day comes, we'll sort of set in a bit more. I think bringing the Auckland team back is really important for a couple of reasons. First is tradition. A lot of Auckland Rugby League is sort of built on tradition. A lot of families, my family's been around Auckland Rugby League for, generations, and I'm not the only one. There's multiple sort of families across the Auckland Rugby League scene who've been around for quite a while now, and the tradition aspect of it is quite important. Second reason why having an Auckland team, is pretty important is can sort of be a pathway from Fox and higher levels of footy. Sometimes boys do struggle with that jump a lot of the time, so I think it would be a really good opportunity, especially for some of the young boys who are looking to play higher levels of footy, to sort of get that taste of what real high level, high quality football looks like.
I was very focused on making sure that I could bring the women's game and have that on the same pedestal as the men's. And I'm really pleased that we've done that. But what we saw quite quickly within the first 4 weeks were some of our women being plucked for the NRLW. Yeah. So, and I just kind of go, wow, if we hadn't have, made this available, made it accessible, some of those women might not have been noticed, and ideally we would want to keep them, but we just don't have the right competition structure at the moment.
The women's game has had a real push across the ditch with NRLW, but to see it locally and to see players being picked up by NRLW teams, it says a lot about where the game is at the moment and how much greater it could be in this area.
Well, you know, I'm a good example of it, Stephen, because I'm old school in many ways. I try to keep myself modern, but I would say I'm a little bit old school. And I was, if I'm absolutely honest, one who women's game, yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. But I've been blown away by what I've seen. I actually now think that in 10 to 15 years' time, it'll be the women's game and not the men's game. I think it's gathering so much momentum because of the way it's being delivered, because of the passion of the players, the skill of the players. It's only going to get bigger and greater. Sponsors are going to come to it like no one's imagined.
Is it encouraging for you to see young women now wanting to play the game because maybe a brother's playing or mum may have played or dad played, and because we talk about the game evolving?
The game was always going to evolve. It had to in regards to the society moving on. The step forward for me is, and what makes it more apparent that the game has to thrive and expand and be diversified, is the fact that now I've got granddaughters who want to play because they see it. The women's game is the strength.
You're creating heroes without realising it.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly, which is exciting, and that's why legacy is so important. We've got so many, heroes already. We want to remember them. We want to create the next generation of heroes.
Really well, and I think we're in for an exciting second half. The men are playing this afternoon at 3:32, so I hope you're able to tune in for that one as well. Let's have a look at how things panned out. The first try was to Sam Curtis after some fine lead-up work by the Auckland squad.
Yeah, Molly Tangaloa there getting that offload, and then Sam Curtis, which really does well to show her footwork, her speed, gets the pass from Diamond Henry. Evades one, evades two, steps back on the inside there. It's great work from Sam Curtis. Open the scoring for Auckland.
It was 15 minutes after that as we get another close one as well down the left edge. Tangaloa once again involved. This is Melia Hufanga, puts the kick in. The ball will end up back in the talented international centre's hands, but for the Māori squad, able to repel this charge, but it wasn't long after that that the try was scored from close range with the new hooker that had just come on. That's her sliding into the dummy half roll. This is Paia Uilo, and really Māori has soaked up a lot of pressure, but in the end their defensive line just cracked, just an eye off the ball. It's a coach killer really when tries are scored from close range in this way, but credit to young Paia Uilo, who was able to cross. The Māori squad were hell-bent on coming back, and there was a surging carry from their youngest, Claudia Fino, who really set them up nicely here. Melissa Edwards-Rua was able to just courier the ball along, and Nelson was into score, and that's the scoreline that we have here at half-time. Not a lot of people here, but we know that there are many who are watching in both in NZ and offshore as we have a quick look at some of the stats, honey.
Yeah, fairly even, and I suppose what's really promising is just the total sets and completed sets for both teams. You know, it's a pretty horrific day out here in terms of the weather, but the completion rate, you know, is sort of stabilising out for both teams, fairly even in terms of the possession and the line breaks as well. Look, I think Māoris, they'll come out charging, try to get themselves back into the mix of this game. They're not far off. They've got plenty of experience to call on from their bench, but I think, look, there's plenty of momentum coming in with this Auckland team too, and I'm really liking the likes of their young under 18 players just stepping up.
Well, they'll be kicking off in our second half. Hope you're able to stay with us. You're watching the action on Sky Sport.
This is Wednesday Night League. These are the big guns, the 12 teams in the Fox Premiership. 7 of the Women's Premiership. Yes, you're in our house. It's the Auckland Rugby League house.
Here we go!
Welcome to the game. A lot of talent on show again tonight.
There is a lot of talent.
The timing of that pass, took it right to the line like we were talking about earlier. Beautiful ball out to the winger. What a run, what a beautiful run.
Bam!
Oh, what a hit. Oh, what a damaging hit.
As they say, defense wins championships. So good. Oh, yeah! More of that, please. Wow!
Just like that.
Talk about history, Charlotte. You're looking at it right here, the new version, the next generation to create a new legacy. Here come the Roosters. Come on, Angelina Lantower. Chance favours the brave. Marco Powell. How good was that? William for the Mount Lionesses may go all the way, and she does. How about that? We're in the people business, and that's the most important thing. We're in the people business, and these are my people, and if they're happy, then we're happy. They'll play good footy. And that completes another cracking Wednesday only. Until next time, enjoy the great game of rugby league.
Kia ora and welcome back. It's Trust Arena and it is game day here for Auckland Rugby League and also for Aotearoa Māori. It's a 10-6 scoreline as referee Caddy makes his way back onto the field. Let's see how this talented group of Wahine brought together off the back of the national tournament in Rotorua, how they can travel against a team that is stacked full of talent and really the cream of the crop when it comes to women's rugby league, emanating and perhaps not surprisingly from our country's biggest city. It's great to have you with us. He rata mihi ka koutou katoa, kia ora rau atu. It's good to be calling the action too with dual international Honey Hirimi Smiler and the first penalty going Auckland's way early in this second 35.
Yeah, second penalty on the ball for the experience of Harata Butler. Always plays with plenty of aggression. He's got the support there of Fresha Pukaya and the new players to the Māori jersey.
A lot of these players are, suburban footballers, but with the advent of NRLW, the increased media coverage of the competition and the busier international calendar, do you sense that some of these players, are going to be really household names in the future, honey?
Oh, 100%. Plenty of eyes on these players. Pathways now wide open. Lots of them will be looking to the NRLW. Not forgetting the Māori players have all been selected out of the Tuakana tournament. And what another pathway there. The NRL All-Stars game is coming up in February over in Melbourne. So there's plenty to play for, plenty of opportunities, and a lot more pathways going around for these players.
Well, I think my mate Rusty Matua is over there at the moment in the Pacific tournament in the Solomon Islands, isn't he, with the Cook Island squad. So Pacifica Rugby League on the rise, and the Pacifica Championship as well as another fine example of opportunities existing here for our women playing the code. There's the kick across to our broadcast side of the field. Māori will want to score next, and as you can see, a little bit of drizzle once again coming down. Tanali Thorne with the play the ball. In fact, the referee will ask that they restart here. There's the tap it away. Good defensive effort again from Ova'a. Urota, a couple of steps forward. Pukaya with the last carry once again onto Butler. As you can see, 22 metres out from the try line. Rota thinks that there might be an opportunity for herself. Little dummy and almost splits them open as well. Just manages to hold on to the football. What did you think of that call?
Well, I thought it was a bit tough, to be honest. I don't know that she actually shows any separation with the ball. It was good eyes-up play from the experience of Crystal Rota. See here, she beats the defender, still getting off the ground. Throws the dummy, goes through the hole there. Ball's actually played at from the Auckland defender. So unlucky there.
A little bit unlucky, but the scrum feed now for Auckland, stepping in for the role. Charlotte Davis. Totali is also playing in the halfback role. Out wide, good tackle from Rachel Simpson. Ngapuia. Little play down the right edge here for Auckland. Try scorer with the tackle. The blue and white, they're back. And they're leading here by 10-6. Built up wrestling the ball carrier to ground. Tangaloa once again proving just how good she is. Pushing down that right edge. Solid work once again from Angelina Hunt. Looking on Mike Monday's had a good year, Mike. Stewarding his women's squads to championship glory. And Māori have the ball. A little slow to retreat this time around though. They want to get on with it. Really want to exert some dominance here, and in order to do that, they need to play it fast paced, and earning a penalty is Edwards Rua. And that'll be welcomed too by the Wahine squad. Let's see how they work this set, and I'll be looking for a decent kick at the back end if they're able to control the football. My pick of the day, really, Halata. Not just for the way she led the haka, but just the powerful way she carries the football and goes about her work, holding up the pass nicely and then popping the ball along here. Te Mara, quick play the ball. And let's roll up your sleeves time. This time it's from Pukaya. And Frisia, just outside the 35. Totali. Alive, blind pass, skillfully delivered to Thorne. Thorne is away, Thorne is back on the inside, and what a beautiful finish with Tiana Lee Thorne. Her parents are here from Australia, and isn't that fabulous for her? We were commenting on her size. She's not the biggest of players, but she had a bit of work to do there as well. And congratulations to her, great finish. That's Ufanga coming at her.
Well, plenty of work to do, didn't she? And look at just the X factor of the player that she has out there. She's quite a gifted athlete, is Thorne. And look at that, the contact and the dive through, the athleticism. A really important score for the Māoris to bring themselves back into this game and draw up with Auckland.
Well, the Curry Cup over in Australia, which she also is eligible to play in because of her dual whakapapa lines, it's a really hotly contested contest. It's a knockout, certainly in the men's division. I think they start with 64 teams, honey, and it's a knockout, but there's a decent cash prize too. And the NRL clubs release a lot of players who are contracted to them because they know the importance of the cultural dimension of the competition. And the Curry Cup is a real standout. So for a young Tiana Lee, I'll dodge commenting on that one, I think. For young Tiana Lee, the opportunity to play in the Curry Cup and then come and represent one side of herself and to come back and play in the Māori tournament to represent the other, it's a dual bonus. But you touched on it. You can see some athleticism there and some style, eh?
Oh, well, she came back, played in the Tuakana tournament for the Kotahitanga team. They effectively made the final up against the New South Wales Māori team, and they ended up having to call that game a draw. They went to Golden Point, and they kept going for time and time. They couldn't get a winner, so they called it a draw. First time in history to have a draw at the Tuakana tournament for the Wahine division, and both those teams, predominantly the bulk of the players coming over from Australia to play in that Māori tournament, really gives credit to how how important the Māori tournament is, and then effectively them being selected to play for Aotearoa New Zealand Māori, represent their iwi. Thorn, she hails from Ngāti Tuwhare Toa. So really cool to see her, like you say, being able to get out here and represent both sides of her culture.
Te Rākoe. I mean, just to elaborate a little on that, it went, I think it was about 120 minutes. In the end, they called it a draw because they were worried about the safety of the players. They were all absolutely gassed. And there's a little mistake. Now, we're just singing the praises of Haratu, who's been fantastic today, but like everything, you're not always going to be going forward. Sometimes you take a back step, although those are decent hands.
Well, she comes up against some pretty good defence there in the young gun umpire, Uilo, who's just been all over the Māoris defensively. She's such a powerful athlete.
Referee Caddy saw the hand in there as well, though. So initially thinking it was a little error from Haratu, not so. Māori starting to just get a little bit of ihi, a bit of wehi. Pai Tārato Mahi coming up through the middle, putting some pressure on here. And Angelina Hunt having to make the defensive play that time around on Simpson. Starting to gain some momentum here again. It's Haratu Butler leads by example. And really wanting to carry some of Retainer along with her. Here's Crystal who sets it up beautifully. And try number 2 out wide. It's Talenza Nelson. I'm picking it got that ball, but what about the hold up from Crystal Rota? Very skillful. We'll have another look. Was it Talenza who managed to get that one? Yeah, it was, but wasn't sure where Crystal was going to put that pass.
Well, look at the experience here. She picks off the back of the ruck there. She's got 3 options there, and this comes down to the experience that Rota offers this Māori side. Look at the defender, Diamond Henry, unsure of who to defend. And it's actually Michaela Ellie that goes through and scores those points for the Māoris. Takes them in front.
14, I just saw a glimpse of the 4, thinking it was Nelson, but 14. No, kia ora. And here's the difficult conversion attempt. I think it might actually have been 4. It was Michaela who scored the try. Okay. Either one. I think we'll credit them down the left. Holding, then waits the pass.
Yeah.
Perfectly.
Perfect. You're right, Talenza Nelson there. She goes in for her second try of the match this afternoon.
2 quick tries. They've come out with plenty of purpose after those 2 tries. Getting a bit of a breather as well. As we look onto the Auckland bench. Some shy rugby league players, not unusual. As Thunderstruck bangs away in the background. And the Auckland women's squad, something thunderstruck, I guess, with 2 quick tries conceded early in the second half. 3:30 kickoff for the men's. Thanks so much for your company today. Don't forget, you're watching on, there's plenty of opportunities to play rugby league in 2024, and another good carry, really starting to build the Tima Māori. Coach Walton would be very pleased. Sean Clark likewise assisting her, and they've had plenty of possession, and they're really making the most of it as they push forward each and every carry. And Rota once again really showing her experience. Don't retire, Crystal. Well, she hasn't really, just from internationals, but she's certainly prominent in our Māori women's rugby league scene, and hopefully that continues for some time to come. Really is a great steward or general with the football, popping the pass across and over the top for the run. Once again, Claudia Fino. So Auckland really have to stay focused here. There's no room for complacency or let their minds drift. They have to have razor-sharp focus defensively because this Māori squad is starting to do the business on them. Now that ball's gone backwards. Had it have been retrieved too, I thought there might be a chance for the Māori team once again. As ref let him go. Now it comes to Tautari.
She finds space through the middle there, doesn't she? Tries for the inside offload. But it's Philly Moiatu gets in the passing lane and disrupts that play because the Māori team, they definitely got their tails up now. Starting to really push and play their football in the right areas of the field. You mentioned the coaching staff with Kat Watson. She's also got pretty prominent assistant coaches and Rono Peters joining her coaching crew. Serena Clark, partner of Sean Clark, as well as Charlene Artai. So plenty of talent through the coaching staff. How good to see all these Wahine coaching our Māori Wahine team.
It really is, and what I've noted Sean there, obviously he's there to total rather than one of the official coaching staff. Wahine Anake as well, which is really cool to see. And once again, Sila Marie Poe pushing forward here. Māori have to be as good on defence as they have been on attack in the last few moments. Molly Tangaloa, very competitive player. The fullback in jersey number 3. She'll be wanting to muster her troops also, as we see again. Barbara with the carry. Auckland with the football. We are in the middle of November. Here's the opportunity for Hufanga, and she thought that the runner was to her left. She wasn't. And ends up passing the ball with a blind pass down the left-hand side. As it turns out, there was only Casper there, the friendly ghost. But, he didn't want it.
Well, it's a good short side play from Auckland. Tova comes through there, finds Hufanga, who effectively was looking for Fuli Moiata on the outside.
Fuli Moiatu had just slid inside to the right-hand side, and had she been on the left, well, it could have opened up a run down the left corridor. Not so, though. So Māori with the football once again, and Rota's experience is really starting to tell now. She's good at gauging the pace of the game. Her game management is unparalleled, and she is showing all the tricks of the trade at the moment as she musters her troops to head in the right direction, and they're doing just that. She'll continue down the skinny corridor, and over the top goes the football. It's just slightly ambitious with the ball left out to Murphy Hawa. But still there at the moment.
Some big runs coming in from Te Oriwa Ahuriri. You mentioned Crystal Rota really calling on her pack now to get some good metres going forward, but ball not going hand out on that wing. The spine is working really well. She's got the likes of experienced Shante Temara playing in the halves with John Sal Tautari. Shante out of the Raiders NRL team. Younger sister of Zahara Temara.
Plenty of time here for both teams. 14 to 10, 3 tries to 2. And just looking up the defensive line there. That ball has come down. Harata getting a welcome break. She's worked really hard out there. Harata Butler.
You see the pressure really starting to come out now for both teams. A couple of errors, ball handling errors. Just taking their eyes off the ball just slightly. Thinking about what they're going to do.
Uriwahuriri, the fellas having a run too with the Tane squad. And of course acknowledging Johnson Tautari as the vice captain here today. A couple of players in from Pikau, so kia ora to our teams as we see Rota striding away. Oh, how did that come to be? Someone had their eye off the defensive efforts and we've just been singing her praises, and that's why. She has been around a long time and she knows where the opportunities lie, as she almost sauntered to the goal line that time.
Well, there's a bit of positional play. So you can see Tautari, she jumps in the front row. Rota jumps in at the back of the scrum there. picks it up from the back of the scrum. No one in front of her. And she's still got plenty of pace to burn in those old legs. Has Crystal Rota. Well-deserved try, individual effort. Great mahi from Crystal.
Tēnā koe, tautoko. I mean, you know, the fact that they swapped around there, and it was almost cat and mouse. She was the cool cat, and the mouse had no chance. And you could almost see the big grin on her face as she thought, hey, the trick has worked el perfecto there, honey.
Well, Māori really starting to take charge of this game in the second half, stretching their lead out now. They were down at half-time, 10-6. The second try to Lenza Nelson, pushing them in front. And now they push out of furthermore with the likes of Crystal Rota.
That one was hit pretty nicely.
Oh, nice. Michaela Eli there. She had 50-50 success off the boot, but she nails that one from out wide.
2010 scoreline as we get another look here. So she's at the back of the scrum. As simple as that. Just disorganised down the right edge. Everyone thought it was coming around to the left, the defensive line for Auckland. Crystal Rota makes them pay too, with 3 unanswered tries in the second half here after going to the break 10-6. Well, nothing please a player like Crystal more than a rehearsed move of that nature.
I should be really proud. Look at the longevity that she's had in her career, and it's all through the hard work that she puts in, not just on the field but off the field, constantly working hard throughout her years. Leadership is next to none.
We spoke yesterday with both Crystal and with Honey about that role of being a mentor, whether or not you're still playing or just retired. You know, what you want to do is, as the responsibility befalls all of us. You know, if later in life you don't become a teacher, then you, I guess you're greedy. And so in a way, there's an onus on us to help mentor our young people. There's a couple of great examples there. One in particular is the second row has been so impressive, Claudia Fino. And she spoke yesterday. It was lovely to see her on stage too with others. Because, as we know, a lot of 17-year-olds pretty uncomfortable being interviewed or with media issues, but she stood up and handled that mahi very well. So a name to watch out for in the future, Claudia Fino. Talk of her whānau moving across to Australia. Maybe that's to strengthen opportunities for her. Māori, can they put another one on and really make the day tough for Auckland? Oh. That almost worked for them. Is it Tangalore with it? Let's have another quick look. No. It's fully Moatu. Umele Hufanga. Here's Melly.
She goes.
This is what we like to see. A little bit of scrag there, jersey scrag as well, and the referee will ask for that football to be played again. If someone's going to inspire the Auckland Wahine squad, it's players like this, Sela Marie Poet, and also Mele Hufanga. They can really start to drive forward. This is another example of what is needed too, with a good carry from Mia Holo. Well, the forwards are starting to make some inroads, and that's always good to see. Poe. Māori mindful, and they too can't let their guard down here, because this Auckland team can go back to back quickly too, as Davis sends it across field. It's taken nicely at the back though by Edwards Rua. And that ball's just literally come out of the hands of Molly Tangaloa. Will look to profit. And the Hufanga here. Mele away with one, shrugging off another. Pops the pass nicely. Still alive, and the blue and whites lose the football. Māori come away with it. Great defence, scrambling defence. And the cover tackle effectively driving the ball out as Hufanga recognises the urgency, tries to keep the ball alive. And that tackle there just drove the ball out of the hands of the runner, Malia Tova. Beautiful defensive effort from Savage.
Well, it's been a while since Auckland have been down in their own 22. Probably a bit guilty there, not being patient and pushing a couple of passes. Possession changing hands a couple of times. But Māori do well to defend. Auckland kick them out. There's been plenty of momentum shifts in this game.
Tony Burgess feeds up for Tima Māori out of Te Whangarui Atara. Tony. Play the ball. It's Roto once again steering the ship. Captain for the cause. Which way will she go this time? Thinks I'll just pick up 7, make that 8 or 9 metres by myself. Quick play the ball. Short side run. Everyone's putting their hand up here for Te Tima Māori as Avery Rose Carmont is back into the mix. And assistance in there by the number 17. That's Mia Holo. So just under 12 minutes to go here and a 10-point deficit for Auckland. Of course, as we acknowledge the return of the proud strip and Auckland colours, they would have wanted this one to start them off in the right vein. They'll have to fight hard to get across the Māori from here.
Well, they've got plenty of time to do it in. Been awarded that penalty. John Sautotari, incorrect play the ball. They're going to go for the line here. They've got plenty of attacking threats, so just need to work their way into it, get some good metres. They've got some great runners down the fringe there. Here they go.
There's Diamond Henry first up. Gets it to 22 metres out from the line. Carmont across field, nicely setting up the play. And Mia Holo charges forward. It's Rota and also that Butler, no it's not, but Rota certainly was one of the defenders. 12 out from the try line. Māori too have to stay on their guard as Tangaloa pushes the pass across into the hard running charge of the number 10, the back rower. And this is close to the line. That was the try that they needed. And why is it no surprise that it's Hufanga who is in to score, so effective in the centre role. And that's exactly what Auckland needed. A kickable spot too. But we'll have to wait and see whether the 2 points are added. Certainly add some starch to what we're going to witness in the last 10.
Oh, good game smarts there. Look at the quick play the ball. Really sets everything up. Quick hands out to Melehu Whanga. She goes low here. And how good to see Auckland. Tangaloa, quick ball there to Melehu Whanga. She goes straight for the feet, gets in under the Māori players and gets Auckland back into this game.
Really tough to defend when Hufanga had decided early on that she's going to go in almost torpedo-like and drive herself into the calves and ankles of the defender. She's tough enough to try and stop when she's upright, but when she's like a Scud missile landing, well, it's almost an impossibility. As we go wide, an important kick here for Malia Tova. 2014 it is. Will Malia be able to get the 2? It is important. Has she done enough?
Oh,
She has done enough. So it's 20-16 now. What a grandstand finish we're going to witness here in the first of our doubleheader from West Auckland.
How good is this? Look, quick to the feet. Shifts the ball perfectly. Straight in. There's plenty of energy left in both these teams.
And that's got them on the feet. Those Auckland supporters, great to have you with us here on Sky Sport and across Auckland Rugby League's YouTube channel. It's been popular too. They've been putting games across the year, a lot of them carried by Sky Sport 2 on our Wednesday night football. Stephen has been calling through the year. Obviously the history of the Auckland team goes back a long way. And key former players that represented Auckland before the NRL was established in New Zealand. This was the stepping stone to test representation as once again Hufanga makes her presence felt with another fine effort. 8.5 to play, just the one try in it at the moment. Who will crack first? Auckland now. And they're starting to build their confidence up. There's Hufanga. Could be the key to success. Back on the inside. Auckland now forcing to go into defensive mode. Whānuku also will be pleased with the efforts in the last few minutes. Player down at the moment as Tova has a carry. Carmont wanting a quick play the ball. Davis is down the left edge and down the right goes Cook. Here's a hard charging Poe. He's pulled down but 20 metres to play. Auckland, gee, it feels as though they've had a barocca. They're just really into it at the moment. And that ball's gone down, and another opportunity here for Auckland. Fino suggests to the referee that the ball has gone backwards. And we'll get another look at it, but everything seems to have turned around in the last few moments as far as Auckland are concerned. But you've got to make your luck.
That's a good kick there from Moana Cook. Put it up nice and high, had plenty of chasers. Crystal Rota back on her feet now. She stayed down for a bit after that earlier tackle on Angelina Hunt.
7 minutes to play. Exciting conclusion as a game of this nature deserves. Charlotte Davis and Mele Hufanga to the left-hand side, and Mele is right there. Will she be the powerhouse runner that can make the difference? Popping the pass off and then angling back on the inside. There's your 14. That's Sarah Whilimuatu to Carmont. Danger time for Māori. Here they go. Carmont with options. Left and right, and it's that straightforward. Honestly, when you get yourself in a position, a fundamental error can just be deflating, and a complete change around of momentum. Expect Māori to come back from that one. It was straightforward, but that's what can happen in rugby league, and especially with a slick surface, and Tova just wasn't able to handle the football. Māori have the ball now. I want to make good use of it in this set of 6.
Oh, big defensive set here for Auckland. They can limit Māori's yardage set. Keep them down here, force the kick early. Try and play up in their half.
Toria Fino, once again, as you can see, midway between the 20 and 30. In fact, the 30 through to 40. This is just 8 shy of the halfway line now. Up to go down the left edge, and Harata Butler once again. Well, she knows just one way. Really standout performance from Harata. That one's gone down. The referee's going to allow it to go on by the looks of things. The kick over the top and then into touch. Well, on a knife edge at the moment with 5 to play and just 4 points in it. Who will hold on? Who will take the spoils? And what is Te Rā Whakahira, a very important day.
It's not a bad set, really, from the Māoris. Managed to peel off 16 metres. Getting to their kick. And now force Auckland to come all the way back.
Well, they've got the personnel to do it if they can get the ball to them. This is Henry. Poya this time. She too adds some impetus to the attack. 2 gone in the set. It's hands up on the far side. Good break. Beautiful. Way to go. Good charging run for Angelina Hunt. She's good, isn't she? Look at her in full flight. Well, it's a sight to behold. Angelina and her teammates know it too. She has got them into good field position. Can they capitalise? And here is a penalty. Māori in front. And there's a chance that they'll take the tap and go. They fall behind. Tova has the ball in hand. Avery Rose Carmont. This is Malia Tova. To ground. 12 out from the line. Oh, this is where it's all down to the wire here. 3.5 to play. It's exciting too as they come down the right edge. That ball's been spilled. What a tackle. Hats off to the back rower. Crystal Stowers. What a hit. Let's have another look at how it came to be. They're really under the pump. This defensive play had to be made. And the technique was superb. And just got in underneath Miaholo. Jarred the ball. Well, these guys have been around. acknowledge that there's plenty of fight here in this Auckland squad.
Well, they're under all sorts of pressure, weren't the Māori? It's a real case of big body versus little body. And just a tackle tech from Crystal Stell was there to get in under Mia Holo, stop their momentum. They're coming off the run from Angelina Hunt. Had a massive 40-metre run, really galvanised their team, but now their turn to defend. See what the Māori have got.
And for the Māori, they just need to hold on to the football and have a very contained set and ensure they don't knock the ball on or have it stripped from them. To ground goes Butler. Another good carry here. Not wanting to do too much with it. And Rota looking on from the side. Good, powerful run. Been absolutely terrific. Some of the forward play here today. Tawny Burgess. Totally, my apologies. With the play of the ball, nice play from Māori, sensible. Here's the left foot, getting the chase in. Long way to go here for Auckland. Māori driving the recipient of the high ball towards the line. So we're into the last minute and a half. This is defence. Massive defence as well once again. And gee, that Fino has got some skills going on in her game, there's no doubt about it. Totally also in there. Sam Curtis muscled here by Te Mara. And a poor play of the ball. And there's some celebrations going on here too for Te Tima Māori because they think that might be enough for them to get across the line. High-fiving. Shante Te Mara. Some disappointment there for Sam Curtis. We might get another look as we look sideline there with Crystal Rota. She has given her all today, honey.
Oh, she sure hasn't. Against Te Mara, and once again, Crystal Stell was heavily involved defensively, forced that error. The Māoris will take their time here with the scrum. Loading up Aroha Savage out on the right edge. Split there. Michaela Ellie, she's been busy.
Well, the undoing would be to have the ball stripped and away with the run here. Molly Tangaloa is coming. He's going to put the icing on the cake. Tiana Lee Thorne. She's come back from Australia. She's been one of the stars of the show, scoring 2 tries. Massive effort. What a talent. And she is elated, as she should be too, to have her mum and dad in the stands here to watch the Aotearoa Māori squad secure a victory over a resurgent Auckland women's squad. It is an absolutely fabulous result for all of our Wahine tour Māori, and they played strong here today. Great finish with the try out wide. Still the conversion to come, even though the hooter has sounded. But hats off to this young flyer, Tania Lee Thorne, who scores in the corner right on the bell.
Oh, just the skill she shows there. Hidden spin. Spins out of the contact of Diamond Henry. Just puts on the afterburner. She's got too much pace to handle. Tiana Lee Thorne, a real prospect, real talent in the future. Play for Kotahitanga at the Māori tournament. Again, another descendant from Ngāti Tūwhare Toa. See Kayla Eli here have another crack at the kick.
And that one is wide, but it will be a 10-point ball game. And New Zealand Aotearoa Māori Wahine tour victors here over Auckland by 26. 24-16. Apologies. The kick wasn't good. So 24-16, obviously. And what a victory we have witnessed here today. Hard fought, yes, but some solid footy. And we'll get a chance to have a look. Here in the end, though, 3 tries to Auckland, 5 tries to Māori, 24-16 result. Māori win this one in West Auckland.
massive shout out to the ARL aunties. They have been promoting alcohol-free, positive sideline behaviour, making sure that everybody is encouraging everybody to enjoy rugby league.
And welcome back. Just having a look at some of the stats there. Well, the completion rates perhaps expected to be a little down because of the difficult weather conditions. But other than that, things were pretty tight right through. Although it was a 10-6 scoreline at halftime to the Auckland squad, there were 3 unanswered tries before Hufanga came back to a 2016 result. And then that last try in the corner resulting in the 24-16 victory. A very, very hearty effort from both teams of Wahine, and there's no doubt that both wanted to win. It was a quality game, full of commitment, full of character, and again celebrating the return of the proud white V on blue. Auckland players will be disappointed that they couldn't have come away with the victory, but it has been a long season for them, and as zonal players they enjoyed tremendous success. The camaraderie, the whakawhanaungatanga that exists between these squads is undeniable, and there really is a great crop of young talent to celebrate coming through. For Te Tima Māori, well, I was really impressed as well. Tauna Lee Thorne obviously shone, but there was some fantastic lead-up work as well. Harata Butler was super strong. Crystal Rota, so skillful, such a cool head under fire as well, and she was able to steward this squad across the line and get the victory. That means a great deal to this Māori squad. Remember, they don't play together regularly. It's a rep squad from a Tuakana tournament, as we see Crystal Rota there scoring the try, and I was really impressed too with Claudia Fino, played wonderfully, and one run in particular stands out where she clocked up 20-25 post-contact metres just with sheer commitment. And as you'd imagine, there are plenty of whānau who have come to support these wahine, and a showcase that deserves its spot here this afternoon on Sky Sport. We're just awaiting the presentations as well. Honey's gone down to affect some of those, and while there will be some disappointment in the camp from the Auckland perspective, I think that they'll recognise too that this is a representative squad, and long may it continue to have battles and contests of this type. There was the cutout ball that we saw there, and Nelson streaming onto it again. Rota showing her class and experience as she held the ball up nicely close to the line. And there's Kath Wharton, who's just congratulating her players. She'll be well pleased. As mentioned, all the coaching staff for the Wahine Tour squad, Wahine, and that's how it should be. And while Auckland will be disappointed, I think they'll acknowledge the importance. This
all right,
is
ladies and gentlemen, for the presentations on the field,
that is. Played the Kori Cup. This is the first of her 2 tries. Stepping back on the inside, and Tangaloa couldn't control the step, and everyone was happy enough there. We're going over now to pick up on the presentations with
I hara mai nā koe I whea, I hara mai nā koe I tāmaki, I hara mai nā koe I Aotearoa, tūturu whiti whakamaua kia tīna. Haumi e, hui e. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the post-match presentation for the return of Auckland ARL between, of course, our Wahine Toa from Auckland and Aotearoa New Zealand Māori Rugby League. At this time, I'd like to call forward Kiwi Fern, Black Fern, NZMRL, Board of Trustee member for the New Zealand Rugby League as well, hara mai kua Hani Hireme Smiler. On stage with me at the moment, or on the field with me at the moment also, is the General Manager of Rugby League for ARL, Viggo Rasmussen, the CEO of ARL, Bex Russell, and of course the Secretary for Aotearoa New Zealand Māori Rugby League, Titia Graham. To start our presentation, I'd like to call on Honey to come forward and present the most valuable player of the game. Your MVP for the Wahine tour game between Aotearoa, New Zealand Māori and Auckland. From New Zealand Māori, Harata Butler.
Tēnā tātou katoa tuatahi rā, ka tika rā me mihi ati ki tō tātou nei kingi, koe anō te patron mō Aotearoa New Zealand Māori Rugby League. Tainua kia tātou katoa, te hunga ora. Thank you whānau for tuning up and supporting our kaupapa massively. Wahine Women's Rugby League. Wow, ko ngaro ku kupu, I'm lost for words, and if you know me, that's hard to believe. Hoi anō, ka tika me mihi atu ki Aotearoa New Zealand Māori Rugby League, Auckland Rugby League, New Zealand Rugby League, tainua kia tātou katoa who made this kaupapa happen today, and also kia whakanui a tātou, 30 years for us, Māori Rugby League. I don't know what to say. Our game's growing and it's awesome to see our women be showcased like this. It's awesome to have our veterans, Hani Hireme, we've got Serena Clark at the back there, Kath Warden, Rona Peters, as well as no doubt behind Auckland Rugby League. It's awesome to get all of us together and promote our sport, especially for our next generation that are coming through on both sides. Hoi anō putanua ia Aotearoa. So big mihi to everybody. I'm going to keep talking, so I'm just going to go. But yeah, thank you. Nā ki te whiwhi. Kia ora.
Your most valuable player, Harata Butler. At this time, I'd like to call on the Vice-Captain of the Auckland Rugby League Wahine toa side, Molly Tangaloa, to come forward and share a few words.
Kia ora, talofa lava. Firstly, I'd like to thank ARL for putting on this amazing game for us and for bringing back the white V. I know it really means a lot to past generations and for all of our young girls, young wahine coming through. Thank you for giving us another pathway to be able to express our talents and express our love for the game. To my girls, way to bring it, and for such a short campaign. You know, we've come from all walks of life and all places around Auckland and Waikato. And we've really brought it to them today. I'm so proud of you guys. Thank you to our coaching staff and management for all the behind-the-scenes work. Love you guys. To our Māori sisters, you can always count on our tangata whenua to really bring it, and you've definitely brought it today. So thank you. And as a Māori, it really just warms my heart to see our people out there doing the most and bringing our culture out into the world, especially in the league forum. So thank you so much. Thank you to our supporters and to my family. I love you guys. Thank you.
At this time, if I can call on the captain from Aotearoa New Zealand Māoris to come forward and share a few words before we hand over the taonga to your winners. Hara mai kua, Kiwi Friend 204, Crystal Rota. Alongside John Saltautari.
Kia ora everybody. Firstly, I just want to say a big thank you to ARL for, creating another fixture for our women to compete in. The more games that we obviously have, the better. So it's awesome to have this fixture, and long may it continue. To all the people in the background of Auckland Rugby League, there's heaps of people around with the blue hoodies on, and I know the hard work that goes into these kinds of things, so thank you very much. To all the staff and all the people in the background at New Zealand Māori Rugby League, it's been an awesome couple of days, and you've gone above and beyond for our ladies to make it something extremely special, so thank you very, very much. To everyone that showed up today, everyone that will be watching from afar, thank you for your support. In our great game of rugby league, being here on this wet kind of day and supporting us, thank you very much. To our Auckland sisters, what an awesome game, like we knew it would be. Thank you very much. We, show each other so much respect by smashing each other, and that's what we do in this game of rugby league. So thank you very much, and this is just the start of something that'll be going on for many more years to come, hopefully. So thank you very much, sisters. To our ladies, congratulations, ladies. Something very special over the last couple of days, spending with you guys. It feels like we've been together for a couple of years, but just want to say thank you very much for all the hard mahi that you guys have put in, not just in the game, but making a special culture in this space, something safe for our young females to come through, and something that will continue on. So thank you, ladies, and all our staff. Female staff, may I add, it's so special to have female in the space of coaching, and it's been something different and something new that I've never really experienced. So to our female staff that took us, and obviously Shawnee, thank you very much for all your guys' hard mahi in the background. You did make a very special space for us all to grow, all to connect, and have an amazing couple of days. So thank you very much, and thank you everyone.
Without further ado, I'd like to call on the CEO of the Auckland Rugby League, Beck Russells, alongside Hani Hiremismala, to present the trophy for our winners here today at Rauranga Tirama. Please put your hands together. Homai te paki, your winners of the return of Auckland Wahine toa, Aotearoa, New Zealand Māori.
Special victory by 24 points to 16, and for the first of what will be many games, no doubt, going forward between Te Tima Māori and those of Tamaki Makaurau, the Auckland Women's Rugby League squad. But there can be only one winner, and there it is. There are your victors for this afternoon's clash. So pleased to have you with us this afternoon. Stay with us too. We have the men's game scheduled for a 3:30 kickoff. Adam Blair will join us for that match as well. And if it's anything like the one we've just witnessed, we are in for a treat. Let's have a look at some of those tries. Crystal Lota slices them open with a bit of cat and mouse that was deep into the second half. And of course, what a proud moment it is for all of the coaching staff and all the whānau who connected, all the iwi that these wahine represent, and especially this young gun as well, Tana Lee Thorne. Congratulations to her. We've got a 3 o'clock kickoff for the men's game, so I hope you can join us as the threading the needle here. Fine tries. Both teams played out of their skins, including Sam Curtis, who scored the first try of the afternoon for Auckland. It could have gone anyway, but in the end it can be but one winner. So 24-16, NZ Aotearoa Māori Wahine toa winning against Auckland in the first of our double headers. Coming to you live on Sky Sport from West Auckland. Stay with us, 3 o'clock kickoff for our next match. Mauri ora kia tātou, hei konei la.